Yo! What's good, everybody? It's your boy King Donron back with another video. So today we're gonna doing what if Deku was trained by Hawkeye. I like this idea, so as usual, I wanted to do it. And if you guys want this series to continue, can we please smash 50 likes, and then I'll do part 2 and continue on. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get started. So where we're gonna start this what off is where Izuku finds out he's quirkless, and as usual he's devastated and watches that video and asks his mom if he can be a hero. So all of that goes the same, and pretty much his whole life goes the same until Izuku is 8 years old. So when Izuku was 8, Inko decided that she wanted to go and visit her sister. And her sister actually lived in New York City, so Izuku finally once in his life was able to travel out of Japan. So finally they arrive at the sister's place. And yeah, Inko's like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. She's like, yeah. And then they start talking, and Izuku goes to his cousins, and they start talking and all that stuff, saying like, hey, who are you? Because they haven't really met. Okay, yeah. So Izuku and his cousins decides to go outside just to, get some fresh air. So while they walking, Izuku asks, wait, so how are the American heroes here? And they're like, yeah, they're pretty cool. And like, how's the Japan heroes? So it's like, yeah, this is one cool hero. His name is All Might. He is so cool. He's like, they're probably the strongest hero out here. They're like, really? And they're all just starting talking about like the pro heroes and all that stuff. Until while they walking, they actually encountered a villain attack. A villain with a fire quirk just came and started destroying the area. And the villain didn't really want anything. He just wanted to cause chaos. And that's when a bunch of pro heroes come and like, hey, stop there. And he's like, you guys are not gonna stop me. No one's been able to stop me. And he makes like a fire typhoon, I guess. No, fire tornado. If you guys seen The Flash, you guys know that on episode where Barry and Iris gets the speed, and then it was whatever, you guys know what I mean, in season 4. And he makes that, and all the pro heroes are hesitant because that seems really dangerous. But Izuku's trying to run away with his cousins until he hears a voice saying, help! And Izuku sees that this little girl was trapped inside the fire tycoon. No, the fire why do I keep saying typhoon? The fire tornado. And Izuku looks at the pro heroes and he says, look, there's someone still in there. And they just look at Izuku and they look at the girl, and they keep on hesitating because they're afraid what's gonna happen. They've never encountered anyone like this, so they're hesitant. It's kind of like the Sludgeman incident. So Izuku, like in the Sludgeman incident, decides his body just starts running to the tornado, and everyone's like, hey kid. And Izuku's cousin's like, Izuku, what are you doing? And Izuku's like, ah! And he dives head first into the tornado, and Izuku's like seeing if he's on fire, and he's like, surprisingly it was fine, it wasn't even that hot and all that stuff. And Izuku's like, oh whatever, and he goes to grab the girl, and he's like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, just my knee, and her knee is bleeding and all that stuff. And Izuku's like, crap. And he puts her on his back, and he tries to run back out of the typhoon, and then the guy's like, oh, you're not going anywhere. And he makes the heat even more intense before. So Izuku can't get even remotely close to it. So the guy's just like, you stupid heroes. The fire wasn't at the maximum potential. Any of you could have ran in there and saved that girl. This just proves that heroes are fake. Even a random kid ran in here and done your own job. You guys are useless. And then he starts to increase the fire. It's like, but now these two kids have to die, and you guys have to deal with this on your mind that you are fake heroes. And Izuku's like, crap, and he's holding the girl close, and he's like, "Oh no, it's okay, it's okay." And while he's smiling at her, and she kind of feels like, somewhat like everything's gonna be okay after Izuku's smile, saying that he resembled that from All Might. And they know All Might, but they don't know All Might. You know what I mean? No, they don't know All Might. So anyway, Izuku's there, and all the pro heroes are panicking because they realize they did make a big mistake. They did hesitate, and now they're gonna suffer for it. And they just watching there, just like, crap. Until someone on the roof walks up and he says, "God damn it, I have to do everything by myself." And he pulls his arrow and it goes straight through the fire tornado and hits the guy, and the guy's like, "Wait, what?" And just a bunch of foam just splurts out and gets the guy stuck. And he's like, "Crap, what is this?" And everyone's like, "Wait, where did that?" And they look up and they're like, "It's Hawkeye!" And everyone just starts clapping. And then he goes down and he's like, "Oh, you guys couldn't save her." And he kind of scolds the pro heroes that was on the scene, and he's like, "Whatever." And he's like, he goes up to Izuku and he's like, "Kid, I saw what you done up there." And Izuku's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't." He's like, "Okay. I'm surprised that you actually run there. Were you confident in your quirk or something?" And Izuku's like, "Oh, actually, sorry kid, I actually have to go. But you're very interesting. I'll see you soon." And Izuku's like, "Right." And Hawkeye just goes to the police to give them the stape and everything. So Izuku goes back to his cousins, and they walking back home, and they're like, "Izuku, that was crazy. Why did you do that?" He's like, I don't even know. My body just started moving. It was it was insane. Like, I saw that girl and the pro heroes won't do anything, and I couldn't bear the thought of someone dying. Well, I could have done something. And they're like, "Wow, Izuku, even without your quirk, you were able to do something." They're like, "Yeah, I fools up there shut." And they kind of like, messing around and having just talking. And they're like, "Wait, do you guys want to get some snacks or something?" They're like, "Yeah." So they all walk into the store, and Zuko's the last one until he gets a snatch. He's like, "Oh, what the heck?" And he's like, "Calm down, kid. Calm down, it's me." And Zuko's like, "Oh, you're Hawkeye. Wait, you actually serious that you're gonna talk to me again?" He's like, "Yeah, kid. I'm not gonna lie. You're really heroic out there. What made you go and save that kid?" And he's like, well, technically, I just saw that kid screaming for help, and I saw the pro heroes weren't doing anything, so I couldn't bear the thought of someone just dying without me doing anything, so my body just started moving, and the rest was history." And Hawkeye just kind of smiles to this, and he's like, and in his mind he starts thinking, "This kid's just like me." And he's like, "What's your quirk, kid?" He's like, "Oh, actually, I'm quirkless." And Hawkeye's like, "Oh, you're quirkless?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm quirkless. I wanted to be a hero one day, but like I said, I'm quirkless, so that's never happening." And Hawkeye's like, what makes you say that?" And it's like, "Well, you see, you need a quirk to be a hero. Like you have a quirk. And wait, what is your quirk? No one really knows." And Hawkeye's just like, "Can you keep a secret?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I actually don't have a quirk." And it looks like, "Huh? Wait, you don't have a quirk?" But how? You're one of the most popular heroes in the United States. Like, you take down so many villains. How do you do this without quirk? And it's like, you see, like you, I found out I was quirkless, and that devastated me because I wanted to be a hero so bad. I wanted to help people. So I decided to not give up and find different ways because I thought if I really wanted to be a hero, I'll do everything I can to become one. So that's what I've done. I trained my body, I trained my skills, I became good at combat, and of course, the good bow and arrow. And I got good at everything I could to become a pro hero until I did, and I got picking up. And here we are as Hawkeye. And he kind of just smiles, and Zuko's like, this is insane. But how did he convince everyone that... And Zuko's just like overwhelmed by this information, and Hawkeye's like, well, the reason why I actually came to talk to you is because I'm not gonna lie, kid, you really remind me of me. And Zuko's like, wait, really? He's like, yeah. I was quirkless too, And by you doing that, putting yourself in danger just to save someone else, that's the true essence of a hero. And I can't miss up on this opportunity to make some great pro hero. And it looks like that would be great. And he's like, yeah, that's why I'm gonna train you. I see great potential in you, Zuko. You can become something great one day. And Zuko just like, yes! And he starts jumping up and down. And he's like, wait, but... I'm sorry, Hawkeye, but I don't know if I can because I don't actually live in New York City. I'm from Japan. We just came... My mom and I just came here to visit my sister and cousin. Her sister and my cousins. And he's like, huh. Alright, then. Let me talk to your mom for a bit. He's like, yeah, okay. And he takes him home, and Zuko opens the door. He's like, hey, mom, look who I found. And she's like, Hawkeye? And he's like, hello. And she's just kind of surprised. And that's when Hawkeye walks up to her. He's like, you're Zuko's mom? She's like, yeah. He's like, do you know what happened to your son today? She's like, no. What did Zuko do? And Zuko's like, no. And Hawkeye's like, no, he didn't. Well, he did do something. Well, there was a villain attack downtown, and a villain trapped in a girl, and your boy Zuko ran into action to save her. And she's like, wait, Zuko done that? And she's like, yeah. And that's why I came here to talk to you about something. She's like, yeah, I want to train your son. And she's like, wait, why would you want to train Zuko? He's like, cause I see a lot of potential in him. It's uncanny. The boy has heroic essence straight up inside of him. A situation where professionals struggled and where they were hesitant, your boy ran in straight ahead, knowing that he has to save someone. I can't let someone like that not become a pro hero. And Inko's like, I don't know, because I'm sorry, Hawkeye, I don't think I can do this because Zuko can't live here in New York, and I don't know, I don't think we have enough money for it. And Hawkeye's like, if money's the problem, it's okay. I got it all covered. And, yeah, anything you guys need, I got it covered. And she's like, oh. And then Inko's just like, yeah, and maybe he could stay with me. He could stay with the cousins. Inko, you could stay here too if you want. She's like, and Zuko tells his mom, please, mom. You know how much I want to be a pro hero. And Hawkeye's legit giving me a straight up chance to do that. How can I pass up on that? Please, mom. You know this is my dream. And she's just like, all right, Izuku. And he's like, yes, thanks, Mom. He's like, yeah, I'll just make sure to send your stuff over here. And he's like, she goes to his sister's like, please take care of Izuku. And she goes up to Hawkeye and it's like, please take care of Izuku. Please don't do anything that's too far, right? And it's like, you have my word, ma'am. I will keep Izuku safe and teach him my ways to make him a fine hero. And it's just like, alright then, Izuku. I guess you're gonna train with Hawkeye. And Izuku's all excited and ish. So straight up the next day, Hawkeye comes to to his aunt's house and he says, alright, time to train. And Izuku's like, wait, it's happening already? He's like, yeah. Izuku, I'm gonna make you into a lethal weapon, and that takes time. So let's get started. So yeah, Hawkeye starts to train Izuku in many types of things. First, he just tries to educate Izuku on how the pro society works in in USA and Japan, since Izuku is from there. And Izuku already at that age already knew a lot of things, so Hawkeye didn't really need to catch him up on that. The next thing they do is actually the physical training, where they try to build up Izuku's muscles, where he starts doing the push-ups, sit-ups, and all that stuff, exercising. And after a few months, Izuku's body is actually becoming, ripped, and Izuku's surprised of his progress already. And during all of this, he's sending pictures to his mom, and he's calling her every day to make sure everything's okay. So the next thing to work on is agility in combat and all that stuff. And he also teaches him how to think of strategies and all of this stuff, and how to be stealth, and of course the main thing, the bow and arrow. And Izuku would be training with Hawkeye for 4 years in total. And he would actually become very lethal, coming very close to Hawkeye. And Hawkeye would just be very impressed with Izuku, because he saw potential in Izuku, but he didn't see this much. He's like, he tells Izuku, like, dang, Izuku, at this age, I wasn't even doing this well. You're a real monster. And Izuku's like, thanks. So yeah, after 4 years, Izuku's training is officially finished, but not complete. So Hawkeye tells Izuku, like, alright then, Izuku, you've basically mastered everything I could tell you about. I taught you about stealth, preparation, combat, strategy, and of course the bow and arrow. But all of this was just training. Now you have to use your actual skills in the real world. And it was like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, I was able to get you this. And it's like, wait, what? And he looks at it and he's like, wait, this is a temporary pro hero license? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take you on some missions, to test out your skills, to get you real comfortable before you go back to Japan, become a hero, and go to UA. And it's like, okay, this is what you've been training for 4 years. Come on, Izuku. And he's like, it's okay, kid. I won't let anything happen to you. And he's like, all right, so what are we gonna do? He's like, all right, I've been investigating this organization that's dealing with arms deals. I've been trying to get these guys for months now, so I finally got a trace on them. He's like, who are these people? The name is AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics, and I finally got a location on one of their warehouses. We're gonna go and bust them. And Zuko's like, alright then, well, I guess let's get started. So yeah, Izuku and Hawkeye go to the location, and Hawkeye tells Izuku, alright then, Izuku, we're gonna go in there, we're not looking for a full blown fight because that's not how 14. We want to go in with stealth, all right? And it was like, yeah, I know you've been cramming this in my head for 4 years, and he's like, just making sure. And yeah, they used bow and arrows to make like a, what is it called? Zip line. Zip line. They make a zip line and they finally see the building, and they look through a window and they do see AIM transporting guns and all that stuff in these massive crates, and Izuku's like, I guess this is actually the place. And he's like, yes, remember, stealth. So they open the window, they jump down, and they just looking, and they conveniently see a person is like, make sure you get these deliveries out today. If we do, the boss is not going to be happy, all right? You know, the typical manager, no, the typical, if we don't do this, boss is going to get angry type stuff, you know? So Hawkeye's like, all right, then, Izuku, that's where we're going. All right, and Izuku's like, oh, sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I don't think I can do this. He's like, Izuku, this is not the time to panic. And Izuku's like, and Hawkeye's like, oh, god damn it. And he jumps down and he's like, oh, just do it myself. Izuku, just stay there. And yeah, Izuku's kind of having a panic attack right now. And Hawkeye busts down and he's like, time to end this. And they're like, damn it, it's Hawkeye. Kill him. And they all freaking bring out guns and this, and Hawkeye, he's like, crap, and he starts hiding, and he uses his bow and arrows and all the smoke bombs and tasers and stuff, and Hawkeye eventually was able to get all of them down, and he's like, that's all of them. And he's facing, well, the person that was saying, if you don't get this done, boss is, you know, the head of them, I guess. Yeah. I don't want to say manager, but that doesn't seem like a villain term. Like, you guys know what I mean? If I said the manager of the villains, like that even makes sense. Whatever. Sorry to stop you with my weird comments, but you know, yeah. She standing there and she's like, Hawkeye, how did you find us? He's like, I'm not disclosing my locations, but you guys have been sloppy these days. That's why you're getting caught. And she's like, oh, really? And that's when two freaking massive guys come behind Hawkeye and just freaking punch him from the back. And she's like, I guess you're the one that's sloppy. And they grab his arms and he's like, damn it. And the girl just starts punching him just in the gut. He's like, and Izuku's witnessing all of this. He's like, grab. And he's having a panic attack. And he's like, and Hawkeye's like, Izuku, don't panic. Just remember your training. And I believe in you. And they're like, who are you talking about? Who are you talking to? This guy's weird. And they just start beating him. And Izuku hears these words. And he's like, oh, he's right. And Izuku jumps down on top of one of the guys. And he takes one of his bows, a laser bow. And he freaking jams it into his neck. And the guy tears up and he freaking collapses on the floor. The other big guy is like, who's this kid? And the girl's like, it's probably a new sidekick or something. Get him! And the guy starts running at Izuku. And Izuku, he calms down and he assesses the situation. He's like, think. He's like, this guy. He's pretty slow. And Izuku, he just shoots the arrow at his foot. And the arrow completely misses the arrow does not reach his foot. How do I say this? The arrow does not reach his foot. No, the arrow misses his foot about, I don't know. That's something to think about. Yeah, I just had this weird thought in my mind. Okay, I'm getting off track again. The arrow lands about 30 centimeters from the guy's foot. And the guy's like, you missed. It's like, oh. And the the boat just starts to foam up and it gets the guy's foot stuck and he's like, crap. And Zuko's like, and he comes down. Zuko comes down and does a freaking Superman punch and knocks the guy out. And it's just like, damn it. And Zuko's like, and he helps Hawkeye up and he's like, oh, you getting sloppy these days, Hawkeye. And he's like, you're the guy that had a panic attack. And Zuko just kind of laughs it off. And the lady's kind of terrified by himself. She's like, no, please. And Zuko just kind of laughs and he's like, hey, Hawkeye, can I finish this off? And he's like, of course. And freaking Zuko freaking knocks her out. Freaking just straight up punch. And he's like, ha, whoo, my first villain bust. Oh, that felt good. I'm finally gonna be a hero. And he just starts doing the default Fortnite dance. And Hawkeye's like, okay, none of that here. But congrats, Zuko. You actually was able to defeat everyone. I'm really proud of you. And Zuko's like, oh, thanks, man. He's like, alright then, let's get out of here. We gotta call the cops, they gotta take him away. So yeah, that's what they do and all that ish. So, for 2 more years, Zuko would basically be aside with Hawkeye and be named his sidekick, allegedly. That's what people would say, but he's not officially. So Zuko, after 2 years, would basically be able to do this by himself without Hawkeye. And Hawkeye would see this, and one day he'll tell Zuko after a mission, he's like, Zuko, I'm very proud of you. He's like, yeah, thanks, Clint. I think that's his name, right? Thanks, Clint. He's like, yeah, don't sweat it, but I think it's time. And Zuko's like, what are you talking about? He's like, Zuko, you finished your training officially. And Zuko's like, wait, really? He's like, yeah. After that last bust we done, where we finally took down AIM, you're already done. I think it's time that you finally go back to Japan and, get into UA. Finally stay with your mom. And Zuko's like, wait, are you serious? He's like, yeah. These 6 years were... it's really hard to me to say it, but these years were actually fun. These 6 years. And these 6 years made me really close to you. It made me feel like I actually had a son. And Zuko was just like, thanks, man. I really appreciate it ever since that day when you saw me. Now I can finally live out my dream as a pro hero. That's all thanks to you. And I can be so grateful for that. And he's like, thanks, man. All right, then. I guess it's time. And he puts out his fist and he's like, go take Japan by storm. He's like, you already know. All right, then. Remember, don't forget me. And it's like, of course. And yeah. So Zuko finally finished his training after 6 long years in New York City. And Zuko's finally returning home to Japan to finally become a pro hero. So yeah, that's where I'm moving up today. I hope you guys enjoyed. And remember, 50 likes if you want to see a part 2. So without further ado, bye-bye. Blah.